Good evening, my fellow connoisseurs of chaos. In a world where the sun has set on humanity's hopes, our tale tonight will chill you to the bone, where the only lesson is survival. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon, or you might just miss out on our spine-tingling stories. Now brace yourselves for the last divide. In the ashen remnants of what once was Elara, a former school teacher whose love for classic literature and the simple joys of a mundane life were now just echoes of a forgotten era, trudged through the desolation. The virus, like a ravenous beast from a bygone horror tale, had devoured nearly everything she held dear, leaving behind a world so unrecognizable that even the once comforting glow of the sun now seemed like a distant, cold orb in the sky. Her search for safety and a new purpose in this post-apocalyptic hellscape led her to a group of survivors clustered around a man who seemed to be more myth than flesh. Gabriel, with his piercing gaze and a voice that could command the tides, spoke of a war beyond mere survival, a war of cosmic significance, pitting the remnants of good against the encroaching shadows of evil, personified by a figure named Lilith. Intrigued and desperate for a semblance of the past, Elara joined Gabriel's commune. It was a bittersweet facsimile of the world they had lost, where people clung to the idea of rebuilding amidst the rubble. Gabriel, their unwavering leader, painted Lilith as the harbinger of their doom, the dark matriarch orchestrating their despair from the shadows. But as Elara integrated herself into this community, she began to sense the unsettling underbelly of Gabriel's utopia. His governance, once seen as a beacon of hope, revealed itself to be rigid and draconian. His prophetic visions dictated their lives, leaving little room for dissent or freedom. In hushed tones she heard of Lilith's followers who defied Gabriel's narrative, championing the forgotten values of the old world and the freedom it offered. Driven by a growing unease, Elara sought the truth and found herself face to face with a member of Lilith's faction. The encounter unraveled a shocking truth. Gabriel, the so-called savior, was the orchestrator of the viral apocalypse, a power play to recreate the world in his image. Lilith, once an ally in his grand design, now stood as the sole barrier against his tyranny. Torn between the safety of the commune and the unsettling revelations, Elara grappled with a decision that threatened to fracture her very soul. Aligning with Lilith meant betraying the community she had grown to cherish. Yet, staying under Gabriel's rule was to live a lie, complicit in the suffering of many. In a moment of profound courage, Elara revealed the harrowing truth to both factions. Her plea for unity against the true enemy, Gabriel, and his fanatical vision led to a tense and precarious standoff that teetered on the brink of catastrophe. The climax was as explosive as it was revelatory. In the face of a united front, Gabriel's empire of deceit crumbled, exposing the man behind the myth, a tyrant fueled by delusions of grandeur. The two factions, once sworn enemies, found common ground in their shared betrayal, with Elara emerging as the unexpected yet pivotal bridge between them. As the dust settled, humanity, fractured yet unbroken, took its first tentative steps toward rebuilding. No longer under the yoke of prophetic visions or tyrannical rule, they forged a new world, one not of mythical battles between good and evil, but of shared humanity, truth, and a collective desire to reclaim the remnants of a world lost to the folly of one man's ambition. In The Last Divide, the tale weaves through the complexities of morality, the inherent need for connection, and the enduring human spirit. Elara, from a life once defined by the simple joy of teaching students, emerged as the unlikely architect of a new era, proving that even in the darkest of times, hope can be kindled from the ashes of despair. In the divide between good and evil, sometimes the greatest horror lies in the choices we make, and we learn that even in a world divided, unity can be the most unexpected fright. Do leave us a comment below. Tell us, would you stand with Elara or walk the path of Gabriel? Fright fans, click next for more chills and hit subscribe to join our ghastly gang. You see, who dares to miss out, so watch our next video.